Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to our 1 o'clock spot coaching with Tally today. So when all of this craziness started with coronavirus, I decided one of the ways I wanted to give back was just to turn on my camera and offer coaching to anybody who wanted to jump in. So I'm here live every day at 1 o'clock and usually just somewhere around 10-15 minutes, something like that. So today we are talking about using this time to self-assess, because what a beautiful time that we get to take out of our normal busy hectic schedules to look at how we're doing in every area of life. And you will see this again and again and again. Successful people take time to just reflect on what is working and what is not working so that you can tweak your trajectory even just slightly. When you get a little bit clearer and you change your trajectory just a little bit right here, you end up in like a completely different place out here. So using this time is such a gift, and I know a lot of people are doing more reflective exercises, more self-discovery, personal development and growth in this time, and what a beautiful gift. So today we're going to talk about the Life Wheel. This is an assessment tool that I use with my one-on-one clients. By the way, my name is Tally, and I am a life and personal development coach. And I work with leaders really to get them in alignment with who they most truly are and doing what they're most made for so that they can overflow in the world and also have lives of incredible joy. So one of the tools that I use regularly with my clients is a Life Wheel assessment. And a Life Wheel assessment isn't something that I created, but this particular one is one that I created. So I'll just show you what it looks like. And then I'm also going to link in either the description or the comments a Life Wheel assessment tool. So you'll get, if you want it, you can have this tool, a PDF, and then also a video where I actually walk through with you. And this is totally free. It's just something I'm giving away. A Life Wheel assessment so that you can work through the Life Wheel itself and get clear on where you feel like you are in terms of satisfaction level with every important area of your life. So mine, and you can get online and get these too, but the one that I've created breaks it down into 8 areas, and they are spirituality and personal growth, career calling, so what it is you're made for, called to in terms of career, abundance and finances, friends and family, love and romance, contribution and overflow. That's really looking at every resource that you have, time, money, energy, creativity, wisdom, experiences you've been through, and how are you in overflow of those things. Refresh, refuel. So that is, like the oxygen mask, putting your own oxygen mask on, and how do you fill back up so that you can be in overflow. Looking at health and wellness, and I think that's all 8 of them. So looking at the Life Wheel and getting really clear about where are you at, how satisfied are you in each one of those areas, gives you, it really kind of baby steps you into getting clear on what is the gap between where you are and where you want to be. So I had a session with a private client this morning, and we were working through his Life Wheel assessment. He's been a client for, probably coming up on 5 years now. And we still come back to the Life Wheel. So usually I start my clients with that. We get really clear on where you're at right now. And this is really important too, because it brings in a lot of life balance. And then I use this tool to reassess. Like every quarter we come back to and go, okay, what's the growth? What has been happening? Hey, Andy, good morning from Oregon. Good to see you in here again, Lisa. So doing a Life Wheel assessment, just to get clear on where you're at, is super valuable to know, to get honest with yourself. Where am I at in every important area of my life? Because often, and this is true of a lot of my high performance clients, they're high achievers and they're usually killing it in certain areas. Hey, from Texas. They're usually killing it in certain areas and then feel really out of balance because other areas they feel like things are slipping through the cracks. And it's hard to achieve, and at no point are you ever in like perfect state of life balance. I think that's kind of an illusion, but using a tool like this can really help move you toward growth in all areas of life, which is really what is going to be a lot more fulfilling for you when you have relationships that work and your career and finances are moving forward and you have health that you're being intentional with. So it's just kind of looking at all of life. Are you filling up and receiving, and are you also giving? So it's a really significant tool to use, and I would say very worth the time. It doesn't take that long to do an assessment, and getting clarity about where you're at can really help you pinpoint areas where you're feeling like you're off. You're like, oh yeah, spirituality and personal growth. Like I used to give time to that, and I've gotten so focused on my career or so focused on this relationship that is lacking. Or maybe it's your health and wellness, or what, you know, looking through it in terms of each important area of life is so significant in moving you toward life balance. So anyhow, I was with this client this morning, and it's so interesting because there's always more. Like this guy, it's really cool. He's gone from when we first started working together. I'll just give you an example. So this is not his life wheel. I probably should have pulled his out. This is just the first one that was at the top of my stack. So let me go through this first. So this is somebody's life wheel. I think this was at their maybe 3-month assessment. So this wasn't even their first one. I just pulled the first 2 that were on the top of my stack. So she was, we were checking in after 3 months, and she had started to get a lot of growth in the couple of areas that she was really focusing in on. And then we did another assessment at 9 months. So this wasn't even her 12 months. She was a 12-month client, but this was her at 9 months. And this is typical. Like this is typical when you get really clear about where you are. So she went from 41% satisfaction level to 98% satisfaction level in like 6 months. So this was her 3-month assessment and her 9-month assessment. And this is really, really typical. When you get clear about where you're at, that really helps you get clarity about what would a 10 be for you. So if you know that you are, so for her, she had a 0 in contribution and giving back in overflow. She had a 0. She had a 1 on like refresh, refuel, filling up, fun, recreation, that category. And she had a 2 on, or I guess she had a 2 on that, and a 2 on health and wellness. So she was low in like this whole area of her life wheel. So she got in movement around these few things and created some strategy around how she wanted to like give back in the contribution part. There's some things that she could implement into her life that were going to help her to come into a place of refreshing and refuel. And then what was the other thing? Oh, health and wellness. She got a personal trainer and started doing some things. And within 6 months, she's at like 10s on all 3 of those areas. It's crazy. It's not crazy. It's actually just the way that intention works. When you get clear on what you want and you move into what that is with some accountability and some clarity and some alignment with purpose, then, hey buddy, you want to be in the video? Then you really get the results that you want. And just taking the time to get honest with yourself, I would say, is the first step. So that's why I want to give you this resource for free. We'll put it in the description or on this video or in the comments, and you can go and get a PDF of a life wheel, and then there's also a video where I walk you through the whole assessment, because it helps to kind of have somebody asking you specific questions about these different areas of life, and sometimes having things in there that are different than what you might think. So like health and wellness is for sure your exercising and your nutrition, which of course we would think of, but it also walks you through things like what is your sleep like, and how much water are you getting, and what is your supplement routine, and are there doctor's appointments that you probably should be checking in and getting yeah, this is Teddy. He's not mine, but he comes over a lot. So he's here for work, which is sweet. Anyhow, so it's helpful to have somebody walk you through thinking through some of those things. So yeah, go ahead and jump on and get that if you want when this is over. But getting clear on where you are, having a sense of purpose in what it is that you're creating in life, and then having a track that moves you forward. And I would say, print several of these out and do it quarterly. Jump on and do this quarterly, because it really does make a difference. And it's so encouraging when you're like, these things that I've been doing, that I've been implementing into my life, they really are making a difference. It's like often my clients and I are in tears at the growth. It's just beautiful. Like this particular client, we were both just crying at the results that she's getting, because there were things that she really didn't think she could have in life. But doing the work and getting clear on what she wanted was huge. Dreams that she had packed away and thought that she would never pull back out again. She just thought they were impossible. So it's beautiful. It really does work. I started to mention my client that I was with this morning. We'll call him James. And we've been working together for, I would say, probably almost 5 years now. And we still use the life wheel assessment. And he actually uses this as a framework for the way that he sees everything in life. That's the way that it kind of works with clients. It's like, what's going on in this area and how am I doing over here, and am I being intentional in these ways? He's very he likes a lot of attention. He doesn't like to share it. His name's Teddy. Hi, buddy. Taylor, can you call your dog? He's on my lap. Anyhow, so like he has created massive results in the amount of time that we've been working together. So when he first started, he shared, because we got to the love and romance part, and he's like, honestly, I haven't told anybody this, but I think there's maybe something wrong with me. I cannot seem to stay in a relationship for more than like 2.5 months. I end up breaking up with the girl, and I'm starting to see it as a pattern. I don't know what's going on there. And we leaned into that, and he did a lot of really beautiful work and getting honest with himself. Now he's in like such a deeply fulfilling, beautiful marriage. He went from being single and on his own in an apartment to having actually his dream home. He sold his company for multiple millions of dollars. He has started another 2 businesses. Sorry, that was a phone call that came in. Hopefully this is still going. Just every area. He has health rhythms that are there. He's gotten himself into beautiful relationships that are positive and fulfilling. He gives back in incredible ways. So just having a tool that you look at, that you're kind of, assessing your life and being honest with yourself around, it's huge. It's huge. And there's always more. As soon as you get to a place where you're like, this would be a 10 for me. I can't tell you, we've reset 10 for him multiple times. Like, he'll have his life wheel. He'll get clear about where he's at. What would a 10 be for him? We set goals, and then he hits that, and he's like at all like 9.5s and 10s. And he's like, I gotta reset what 10 is for me again. And so we reset, because when you get there, then you realize, oh my gosh, there's even more possible. So then you reset 10, and it's almost like the life wheel shrinks back down to, 4s, 5s, whatever it is. And then you're aiming for something even bigger. So it's a beautiful, beautiful process. I totally encourage you guys to use this tool. And I do groups on this, and I have a vision board retreat that we do. This is part of the mastermind that I do. It's what I do with my private clients. So I really believe in this tool, in this work. It just really does make a difference, and clarity is huge. So hopefully this supports you even thinking about life from this standpoint, and hopefully that tool will be a support to you. If there's anything I can do to help, I would be happy to get on and do a free live assessment if you guys would rather do that than print the video and do it by yourself. Whatever. I'm happy to give back. So let me know how I can support you in this, what your experience is with it. And yeah, I would love to hear if you print this out and you do this today. Get on here and post some comments. Or if you've done a life wheel before, if this is a tool that you already use, tell us how it works for you. So blessings. Hope you have a beautiful day. Corinne, I'll see you probably on daily meditation later. Lisa, I'm super looking forward to connecting with you about doing a retreat together. Absolutely. Totally pumped about that. So yeah, let us know how it's going for you. Blessings, everybody.